on to the continuation of our Smart Landlord campaign. You've heard of smart highways, smart meters, and Property Tribes is championing the cause of the smart landlord throughout January this year to get you off to a flying start for the new year. And joining me now to discuss this topic is Ray Bulger of our finance partner, John Charcoal. And Ray, I know that you like the concept of the smart landlord. How does a smart landlord look to you?
Well, a smart landlord is somebody who understands their business, has done all their research. Before they start the business, they've looked at different options. Where should they buy? How much should they borrow? Where should they get the deposit? But generally, as with any other business, they've done plenty of research before deciding to get into it. And there may be some landlords who decide that it's not for them, but for many, they will realise that this is a good way of using their capital.
Well, I like the way you said that landlords may decide that it's not for them, because if they're doing their research prior to jumping in and they reach that conclusion, it's actually a lot better to realise that before kind of diving in and perhaps finding that it doesn't go well for you, because not everybody's cut out to be a landlord, are they?
Exactly, and I suspect many people, when they start doing their research, won't realise how many laws they have to comply with, how much legal stuff there is that it's really important they know. And if they're not comfortable with that, then go and do something else.
Indeed. Now, 2019, no doubt more challenges for landlords. We're actually recording this prior to the budget, so do bear that in mind with our answers, because we don't know quite how that's going to pan out. But Ray, what should the smart landlord be doing in 2019 to survive?
Well, I think the really smart landlord is going to want to make sure they take professional advice on all aspects of their business. Clearly, professional advice from a good independent mortgage broker, but also advice from a solicitor on all the legal aspects. Make sure you talk to, I would suggest, a number of letting agents to get a good idea of the market in your area. Might even be that you want to research different areas, so you can't do too much research. And so research and advice, I think, is the key.
They've got to become an expert in due diligence and in all areas of due diligence. As you mentioned, the property deal, lettings agents, contractors, of course, tenant referencing. They're going to have to be an expert at all of that kind of research.
They are indeed, and I think as time moves on, and when in 2020-21 we get G5, we're going to find a lot more things are automated. So I think if we were having this conversation in 5 years' time, there'll actually be things that you can do that we haven't even thought about yet.
So just to conclude, Ray, are you convinced that the smart landlord can actually make buy-to-let viable in 2019?
I have no doubt that smart landlord will make buy-to-let viable, but it is important to be smart, because if you get it wrong, then it's easy to lose money as well. If you get it right, then it can be a good business.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for taking part in our Smart Landlord campaign, and it continues throughout January on Property Tribes, so stay tuned.